My name is Mandy McNeil. I grew up here at St. Paul's. I was baptized and confirmed by Dr. Hickey, and I was very involved in the youth group here. Leslie was my middle school youth director, and I was here when Tom Lackey was, I was here for his last year, and Christy Kennedy was my youth director for most of high school. I went on all 4 mission trips that I could go on when I was here, and it was actually through those mission trips that I began to really develop my personal relationship with God. I spent a lot of time my freshman year of high school wondering where God was in my life. I knew that God existed, but I didn't feel a personal connection, and so it was on my first mission trip that I finally felt that connection to God, and it was actually through people on the trip with me who sat next to me and prayed with me. So it was through their relationships that I finally felt God's presence in my life. And then on my second mission trip after my sophomore year of high school, I felt called into ministry, and I was very, very, very scared what that call meant and why I was being called. I thought that God had gotten it wrong. Still think that some days, most days. But after that, I got scared, and I decided to kind of make this call to ministry fit into my life plan, or just run away from it entirely. And I continued to be the devotion leader for the youth group and help with the leadership and things like that. But it wasn't until my third mission trip after my junior year of high school that I finally started to really own my call. And I stood up in front of my high school youth group on our last day at the trip together, and I admitted to them that I felt called to ministry. And I remember saying that I have no idea what that call is going to look like, but I know what it won't look like. I will not be one of those people standing in front of the congregation wearing a funny looking robe. I do that now. I wear that robe. I stand in front of a congregation every Sunday morning. I'm currently the director of youth and outreach at Nardin Park United Methodist Church in Farmington, and it's a really wonderful place to be. I graduated from Princeton Seminary with a master's in divinity, and am on the road to becoming a deacon. So that's me. In my life is through, it hasn't been through any sort of big, huge, amazing moment or anything like that. It's more of through the everyday, day in, day out love and relationships that I've had. When I was here at St. Paul's, I was very active in the youth group, and the way that I really, really experienced God's generosity was through the adults that showed up every single week to just be in relationship with us and just hang out with us. The people like Carol Wellbaum, Mr. and Mrs. Drake, who were there every single week, they were just always so wonderful and so much fun to be around. The Bradshaws, who came and made Super Bowl Sunday cookies with us, and really very well tolerated our throwing flour at each other and then trying to clean up and having suds fights and all of that, which is just part of being a high schooler. But these people just loved us and supported us, and they really were able to model what Christian love was, both like through the Drakes and the Bradshaws with their example of what a loving Christian marriage looked like, or Jonathan Botkin and Aaron Hughes, who were there every Sunday as well. They were both single and in their 20s and were starting careers, but they came every week and loved us, and they showed us that there is still a place for you in the church. Even when you've graduated high school and you don't have kids yet, there's still a place. And they were just really phenomenal, and the love and support that I felt from all of those folks, all the people who surrounded the youth at this church, that is really where I felt God's generosity. Yeah, that's, for me, that really helped to shape my life and helped to shape how I understand who God is and how I understand what ministry is now, was through my experiences here and through their love. So.
Lovely.